well, it's power valve day. So let's take him apart, get into him, get the valves out, and go. All right, now that we're in, we look down in there. That's a power valve. There's another one over there. So let's get those guys out. We're gonna need a 10mm wrench. That's only gonna be 1 and 2, not the top and bottom bolts, just the side ones. Will pull it out of the engine block. Both those bolts loosened off now, and we can slowly, carefully back him out of the engine. We're gonna have to come up through the camera to get him out of here, so put you guys away. There's our power valve. Okay, now he moves. Okay, he works on a vacuum line that is hooked up there. We want to clean him because he gets a lot of carbon and guck built up on him. See that? And because he slides in and out of our exhaust port on the engine, right there, see how the guck in there too? We don't want him getting hung up and not being able to travel freely in and out of there, because you'd lose power. So we're gonna clean it all up and put them all back together. We'll take apart the casing here too. There's a rubber bellows in here and a spring. I'll show you all that when we get that opened up and we'll clean it up. But for now, we're just gonna concentrate here on cleaning that. Got some brushes, some carb clean, and some bucket here that I can clean it in. You don't want the carb clean to get past, you know, it's just only on this part. You don't want to get into the seals and stuff. All right, so we're all cleaned up on that now. We are going to take him apart up here, and we are going to clean out the inside. Now these do have an orientation, you see? So we mark it so that we know which is the top, so it goes back on the right way, and we know that these guys point up when it gets installed back into the motor. Let's talk quickly about what he does, okay? He regulates the size of the opening on our exhaust port, okay? So as we give it more throttle, this will open up to allow a larger hole for our exhaust gases to evac through. As we're lower on the throttle, it shrinks back in and tightens the hole. We can't have a hole just one size, because otherwise, if you have just a big opening, all you're gonna get is power at the top end, okay? So higher RPMs. You'll get no power at low RPMs. If we go with just a small hole, the opposite's gonna happen. You get power in the low end, but none in the top end. So we need a variable system, and that's what this does. It moves with the throttle position and allows the appropriate gases out for the RPMs you're turning. We got them open now. You can kind of see there is some oil and some dirt in there. That's normal, but we're just gonna clean that all out. And way down in there, it's very hard to see, but way down in that collar are 2 little holes. And we're gonna take our little pin there and make sure we clean them out too. They're hard to see, especially now it's loaded in oil. I'll see once I get this cleaned up, maybe we can get in there and have a look. Oh, there you are. So that's one power valve, cleaned, serviced. We'll go ahead, we'll do the other one over there, and then we'll move on and do the same to this guy. It's the same process over here. It's actually the same power valve. So we'll get him done after we do one more on him. And actually, we've got a new spring for one of the valves in this guy here. Got a whole new assembly, actually. One thing I forgot on our PTO side power valve there, you can see I've got the cover plate off. It's still in the motor. But we have to, it's blocked by that steering shaft here, this black tube right there. It can't come out. This is impeding it. So we're gonna have to remove these 2 bolts here and pull the steering shaft out of the way so we can get our power valve out. All right. Steering shaft assembly, loose. We were able to get just enough room to sneak that valve out of there. We got her up on the bench now. We're gonna take it outside because we don't want to be using the brake cleaner in here. And we're gonna clean it up. And we'll move around, clean up the front end again. That was pretty gucked up, eh? So there's our pin. It's traveling into one of the holes. You can kind of see the other one on the other side there behind the pink head of the pin. But it goes in through there. You can see it's popping out right there. A little metal barb sticking out. So we use that pin, clean out that hole, and we'll do the same with the other hole, which is on the other side there. Clean all the crap out of that, and then we can put this guy back together. The gaskets look all right. I read somewhere about doubling them up, just to ensure that this plate here doesn't impact the piston. I don't know. We'll see if we do that or not. I mean, why change what's working? He's done. Back together. Now, let's get to work on this. Now, what I like about this, it's got a lot of plastics and stuff you got to take off, hard to access, all that. I mean, look at this. We're just going to lift the hood. And would you look at that? Both of them right there, easily accessible. Well, let's get these done real quick here.